I was living like a bum, but I had a green thumb, growing flowers for my hair, not a worry or care. I'd open up a forest, and here it is. Now I'm a stripper, got an annual lease, I'm a stripper. Spend some time with Greenpeace, come to Flower Power if you really need to wow her. Cause you slept with her sister or you got a little blister. I'm a stripper.
Well, my name is Dylan, I'm a pest control villain. You used to torch bugs and said I'd be a thug. What would I do? That was the question. Well, I wasn't scared at all of anything that crawled. Now I exterminate roaches, bats, squirrels, and venomous snakes. I got me an office, and here it is. Now I'm a stripper, got an annual lease, I'm a stripper. I get rid of bees, so come to critters, cause you're possible, they'll have litters. I would die in your insulation when you were on vacation. Hey, I'm a stripper. I'm a stripper. Yes, I am. I'm a stripper. Don't give a damn. You think it's urban blight, but took care of my plight to rent affordable space to use for my workplace, to serve up food,
Send bouquets of flowers,
to get rid of critters with superior firepower. I'm a stripper.
Charlie, are you almost done filling up those sugar shakers?
Here you go.
Now, don't forget, ladies, we'll be closing early tomorrow for Mr. Thornberry's viewing.
Do we have to go?
If you enjoy being employed, you have to go.
I mean, who actually enjoys being employed? Maybe if you were, I don't know, a clown or something? That seems like a fun job.
We'll be there.
Well, don't wear anything nice. Whoever inherits a strip mall needs to think we can't afford to pay jacked up rent, which we, meaning me, really can't.
Who's gonna inherit this place anyways? I've never seen anyone in here with Mr. Fortenberry.
Nobody knows. Rumor is he moved here somewhere in Alabama just to get away from it all.
Isn't Alabama away from it all?
Apparently not as away from it all as Mississippi.
Good point.
I heard he decided our little town of Boniface fit the bill. When he saw a good deal on this building, Mr. Fortenberry snapped it up.
Maybe he left it to Gladys Elkins.
That's only if she survives. Apparently she had a collapsed lung after a sexual incident.
Good Lord. Can you imagine Jeb Elam having to write your cause of death down as sexual incident on your death certificate?
I don't think he'd write sexual incident. Seems like it'd be more technical than that, like asphyxiation by Horton Fortenberry.
He had sex with a lethal weapon.
Well, she's not dead yet. Y'all have practically got her dead and buried. We better hope that she's the one who inherits the strip mall, because she comes in here every day for a piece of pie and has for 20 years. If we go under, she'll probably have a sugar conniption and she'll die for sure.
Maybe we could offer her free pie for life if she doesn't raise the rent.
That's actually a good idea.
I don't think Pie for Life is a negotiating tool.
Oh, honey, so young, so naive, so thin. Never underestimate the power of pie. Don't underestimate the power of pie, whether with berries or with apples and fries. Don't think about what it does to your thighs. Close your eyes, take a bite, kiss your troubles goodbye. The power of pie, it's better than sex. You get all the pleasure, not the latent effects. I will never betray you or let you down. It won't get drunk, and it won't screw around.
There's mathematical pie, but who really cares? The best kind of pie is the one you can share. Mathematical pie is irrational. You know, pumpkin pie is my spirit animal.
You know I must admit when I'm feeling down and it's 3 p.m. and I'm still in my gown. Pie lifts me up whether bark or peach. I love sheep fly, Eskimo or even it's me.
The power of pie, it's better than sex. You get all the pleasure, not the latent effects. I will never betray you or let you down. It won't get drunk, and it won't screw around.
Down in Jackson, there's Mississippi mud. The Romans made pie with gladiator blood.
Way down in the tropics, they love key lime. Horse lovers eat their jerky anytime.
Peach or black bottom too.
There's Boston cream pie for the Yankee in you.
Lemon, icebox, or
Chocolate dream. Don't forget the con for the rebel and theme. The power of pie, it's better than sex. You get all the pleasure, not the latent effects. I will never betray you or let you down. It won't get drunk. It won't get drunk. It won't get drunk, and it won't screw around. Well, I have never seen anything like that in my entire life. It just wasn't dignified.
According to Mr. Roberts, that's what he asked for.
But a horse trough.
Look, apparently when Horton Fortenberry was told by Harold Roberts that the Whopper Coffer was,
Whopper coffer?
yeah, it's like the plus-size version of a coffin. Anyway, Horton Fortenberry told Mr. Roberts he had prearranged his funeral plan, so he went down to the feed and see, purchased that horse trough when he found out how much it was going to cost. He told Mr. Roberts he had pre-purchased his casket at the feed seat, and that was that.
I'm sorry, but I agree with Charlene. A funeral home is no place for livestock paraphernalia.
I guess when it comes down to it, we were just there to view him and not judge the fact that he'll be heading into eternity with thirsty dead horses galloping along behind him.
No, actually, Charlene, we were there to start gathering intelligence.
Intelligence? Oh, I don't think there was a whole lot of intelligence floating around the Beulah Land funeral home today.
I can't believe you offered up a diner for after Mr. Fortenberry's funeral. You wouldn't even donate one pie for the Junior League to raffle off at the playground fundraiser.
Those kids can climb in a tree like I did when I was little.
It was an inner city playground.
A telephone pole, whatever. You guys just mingle and figure out who's inheriting the strip mall. I'll serve the pies.
don't know what's on your funeral?
Oh, honey, I got enough to worry about while I'm living. I'm not the least bit worried about what happens to me after I'm dead and gone.
It's just that Mr. Fortenberry didn't seem to have much family.
Honey, you live a good life like you're doing now. And that church won't be able to hold all the folks who will turn up to bid you goodbye. Besides, you got us. Who else do you need? Uh-oh.
What is that?
Delbert told me to go get some decorations. The party store didn't have anything at all for funerals, so I had to improvise.
Candy, I think Delbert meant something like flowers or some sort of centerpiece.
Well, then why didn't he say so?
Well, let's just get him up. Folks will be here before we know it. That preacher kept talking about how the graveside is where we're going to celebrate his life tomorrow, but I think we ought to celebrate now in the diner. The cemetery's no place for a celebration, if you ask me.
You know, I always felt that way too. But in high school, Molly Simmons used to tell me that Highland Cemetery was Jared's favorite place to party. And then one day, she finally told me that she and Jared celebrated their love that weekend at Highland Hill. So technically, I know of at least 2 people that have had a celebration of sorts at a cemetery. And she seemed to be really tickled about it.
Not as tickled as Jared was, I don't guess. Well, I'm going to stand by my previous statement if it's all right with you. And Molly Simmons, I guess.
Fine by me, but I can't speak for Molly.
You know, good point, Charlene. Tonight is the real celebration of Mr. Fortenberry's life. Not tomorrow in some old graveyard. Happy Death Day, Mr. Fortenberry.
I know it's almost closing time, but I desperately need coffee like a hoarder needs another storage shed.
What was that, Rachel Ruth?
I'm sorry, Anna Grace. I just got back from a God Helps Those Who Help Themselves Christian-based therapy weekend.
Miss Rachel, were you there for therapy to stop cussing?
No, Candy. I supplied all the text and brochures for the conference. I had a few Bibles left over and I'm returning them to the store.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just always asking God to forgive you every time you let out a little cuss word, so I just thought you were getting some therapy for that.
You know, Candy, no Christian is perfect. Not even one who's dedicated her life to running a Christian bookstore. Yes, I'm a Christian, and I cuss a little.
A little.
Ha, very funny. What's going on here?
Oh, bad news, Rachel Ruth. Horton Fortenberry passed away while you were off on your sabbatical trying to stop the cussing weekend or whatever it was.
The therapist ordered all the materials for the faith-based Breaking the Addictions in Your Life seminar from my Christian bookstore, Delbert. How many times do I have to say it, damn it?
Okay, anyway, we're all on month-to-month leases here, which means whoever inherits the strip mall can raise the rent through the roof.
Oh, shit.
There's been a change of plans. Mr. Fortenberry just requested that everybody who showed up to the viewing go to the booze house for some shots of whiskey in his honor, prepaid. Everybody's heading over there.
Come on, let's go! Come on! Let's go!
I'll be there in a minute to make a showing, but then I gotta go home to study.
Oh, all right, hurry. Hey, bring a couple of them pies.
Why?
The person who's inheriting the strip mall might be there, and we can butter him up.
I don't think a few pies can be used as a negotiating tool. What is wrong with you people?
And girls, never underestimate the power of pie.
Hello.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, we're closed. If you're with the funeral, turns out that everyone was invited to the booze hall for shots in Mr. Fortenberry's honor. Guess booze outranks pie, so everybody said it over that way.
Actually, I came by to tell everyone here that same thing. I thought the diner folks ended the leaving before they got the message.
Oh, are you with the funeral? Dylan, who works next door at Crater Rivers, came by and told us. Everybody's headed over that way, and if I don't get there with those pies soon, my boss is gonna have a stroke. He wants us to try and snoop around and figure out who's inheriting the strip mall. Doesn't exactly sound ethical, but he is my boss, so.
What are you supposed to do to find Mr. Fortenberry's heir?
No, that's a good question. Not really sure. I guess the poor and pitiful so he doesn't raise the rent. Do I look poor and pitiful?
You know, that's not really a fair question. Like, when a woman asks if a tight skirt makes her butt look big. But if you're going for poor and pitiful, then I guess I should say yes, but in a sexy, endearing sort of way.
Oh, you're good. I do end up working with the dead. You need to be around the living if you're that charismatic. When your talents are wasted at the Beulah land.
I guess I could ask you how you ended up working at a diner. You seem like a very smart girl.
Smart girls can work at diners, you know?
I'm sorry. That came out wrong. How did you become a member of the wait staff here at Dixie Diner?
It was serendipity, really. I needed a fresh start, so I bought a bus ticket, set out, not really knowing where I was going. So I stopped in at Dixie Diner for a rest stop, so I helped one sign, and the rest is history.
Charismatic, serendipity, not really the normal vocabulary of a wait staff member.
You might be surprised at the vocabulary of some waitresses, but unlike you, I try not to judge. Just like I try not to judge why you took on such a creepy career burying me here.
That wasn't very nice.
Sorry, I happen to be really stressed right now because I'm in school along with my waitressing job. And I really need to be home studying instead of trying to do detective work for my boss at the booze lounge. I'm studying restaurant management because someday I hope to own my own diner, just like this one.
Lofty goals.
Job security. People gotta eat.
People gotta die.
My job's better.
Oh yeah? Tell me why.
There's nothing finer than going to a diner, get your chicken fried, fresh apple pie. We all gotta eat, you don't need, you die. My job is better and I just told you why.
I hear your reasons, you got it very wrong. A job more secure than a funeral home. They don't all like your pies, but everybody dies. My job is better and I just told you why. You gotta eat, you gotta die. The rules of life we must comply. You gotta die, you gotta eat. Inevitability, you gotta eat, die, and pay your taxes. That's life.
Breakfast, lunch, and supper, pick your favorite entree. Eating is a part of life, you pay. Wanna dine just like this one, I might marry you. My job is better, gotta get that home.
Big money comes with that celestial sun, but always pays or mama smells dreadful. If I get sick from your pie, they shut down where I'm fed. My folks are better cause they're already dead. When times get tough, they all pack their lunches. You'll be out of business while they're saving bunches.
Everyone knows your prices are inflated. Skip the funeral, but just get cremated. You gotta eat,
You gotta die.
the rules of life must comply. You gotta
Die, you gotta eat. Inevitability, you gotta eat, die, and pay your taxes. That's life.
Can't believe you offered up the diner for Mr. Fortenberry's funeral.
We're under a tornado warning. It's a kind gesture so no one has to stand in the graveside service to the cemetery worrying they'll be whisked off to the land of Oz.
I've got to study. I cannot be here this afternoon. After my lunch shift, I've got to go.
Oh no, you're staying. We still got to figure out who's inheriting the strip mall.
Kind gesture my butt.
Well, I suggest you have your butt here later. You want to be able to pay your tuition.
Charlie, you're right. I've never seen nobody so upset before. Except for that one one time Gloria's cat Munchies ran into the diner right before the health inspector was supposed to come.
Oh, yeah, everybody was chasing that cat around yelling, Munchies, come here, Munchies.
That was not my fault. Mary Catherine Finney insisted on having catnip flowers in her bridal bouquet to honor her cat Felix, who killed over a week before her wedding. Munchies got into the bouquet, well, got the munchies.
Oh, Gloria, the challenges of being a florist.
Rochelle, you'd be surprised how challenging it can be. Besides the catnip incident, I've had people return flowers from weddings and funerals and actually have the nerve to ask for their money back because they were finished using them.
I've had plenty of people ask for their money back, especially after I give them the haircut they see in a magazine and they're shocked they don't look like the swimsuit model that was wearing it.
Well, at least you get to stay in the safety of your shop all day. I have to go out there among the general population and make deliveries.
Meaning you ride around, listen to the radio, and charge exorbitant delivery fees.
No. Meaning, I have been cornered by a hissing possum, been caught in the crossfire of a domestic dispute, and made a delivery to people who live clothing optional. And on the day of their delivery, they opted out. Everyone thinks my job is glamorous. Always knowing when folks are amorous. Bringing flowers to secret lovers, gifts for what goes undercover. People sneak around, it makes me feel depressed. But where they do it, I've been real impressed. Climate-controlled units of self-storage. Yes, motel tabs were highly discouraged. But flower power gets me through. I make bouquets, it's what I do. Tried light massage and a bikini, jogging, yoga, strong martinis. Flower power gets me through. It lifts me up when I've got the blues. What they see is not so thrilling, part of the job but not fulfilling. It's mostly dead folks and anniversaries. Gifts to patients with heart arteries. Spend a lot of time at the funeral home, arranging cheap carnations in styrofoam. Weddings, however, are cheerful and nice, till they start to bitch about the price. But flower power gets me through. I make bouquets, it's what I do. Try light massage and a bikini, jogging, yoga, strong martinis. Flower power gets me through. It lifts me up when I've got the blues. It's the medicine for me. I call it flowers, but some call it weed.
Hey, listen, did anybody see any strangers at the booze hound last night? You can't tell me none of Horton's family didn't show up for the viewing.
There was a young handsome guy I didn't recognize, and I feel like I know all the guys in town.
Yeah, in the biblical way, I met that guy who works for the funeral home.
Who wakes up one day and says, I want to work with dead people?
Probably somebody who worked the day before with the living. I can see the attraction. Their customers don't complain, whistle at them, or stiff them.
Yeah, they're stiff, all right.
Can you people just focus for a minute? Does anyone remember Hortonberry mentioning having any family? Charlene, you waited on them all the time. Surely he must have said something about having kids or some nieces or nephews.
When not that I recall. He mostly just read his newspaper and motioned when he wanted more coffee. Sometimes I tell him that the restroom, bathroom, and the ladies' room was messed up, and he'd say that he would contact Lenny Jenkins to have him adjust the flapper, but that was about the extent of our conversation.
That's it? Nothing personal? Ever?
One time, he did tell me that he had a planter's wart that was giving him serious grief. I told him if he set a pencil on fire and stabbed it, that it would kill the seeds. And the next time he came in, he gave me a $10 tip, and he told me I was a genius. That's personal. It is not every day that you tell somebody that you have a wart.
Does anyone remember Horton ever talking about his family? No, not me. Oh, good. Surely someone must have ordered flowers for the funeral today.
First of all, I'm on my lunch break, and I don't like talking shop when I'm eating. But no, nobody put in an order that I don't recognize. And by the way, I was supposed to deliver all the flowers to the graveside, and now I have to lug them here and then lug them to the cemetery, thanks to you.
Maybe Mr. Fortenberry didn't have any family, and he's really going to leave everything to Gladys Elkins.
That's a good theory. And guess who has an appointment with me tomorrow afternoon after she gets out of the hospital?
Gladys Elkins?
I can't divulge that. I'd be breaking patient privacy law.
Oh, please. Everybody knows that Gladys Elkins was trapped under Mr. Fortenberry. I'm sure she needs all kinds of adjusting. Oh, and Rusty, don't forget I have an appointment with you tomorrow.
Good Lord.
Well, I'll see y'all at the funeral. I gotta get my vape samples ready. Funerals are great places to advertise the simple, safe vape pen. It's got all the thrill without the kill.
Hey, Rochelle, can I use some hair to your shop?
Go ahead.
Why do you need hair?
Oh, I got a squirrel out of an attic and I'm going back to fill up the hole. So, while I'm at it, I'm going to put some hair in the attic so the squirrel will want to come back.
Squirrels don't like hair?
No. They also don't like cayenne pepper, but the hair's free, so I use that.
You're a businessman.
I try.
Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy wounded side which flow be of sin the double cure. Save from wrath and make me pure.
I want to thank you all for coming here today to pay your respects.
You guys aren't going to believe this.
We're kind of in the middle of a funeral here.
I don't think Horton will care all that much. What is it, Dylan?
Well, I was just over at Mr. Garland's law office, getting a bat out of his attic, when I overheard him telling his secretary that he was constructing new leases for the strip mall, and that there was going to be a significant rise to the rent. Apparently it's the new owner's wishes.
I knew it! No wonder he's afraid to show his face around here!
You wait till I get my hands on that scumbag!
You better hope I don't get to him first.
We're gonna go out of business.
You must know something about this. You work at Hero Home. Surely someone knows something down at Beulah Land.
He doesn't know anything. Remember Mr.
Mr. Roberts said that Horton did one of those prepaid and prearranged funerals. I hate to point this out, but technically we are at a funeral, and whether Horton can hear us or not, we gotta show some respect.
Yeah, she's right. Worry about the lease.
We're sorry, everyone's just worried with the lease being questioned and everything. I don't even know your name. We just keep calling you the creepy funeral home guy. No offense.
Oh, well, yes, I am the funeral home guy. Not really that creepy, but the funeral guy nevertheless. And you're right, I also do have a name.
Well, what is it?
Booth.
Boo.
Yes, it was my mother's maiden name.
Oh, okay. Booth what?
Booth Lincoln.
Booth Lincoln, as in John Wilkes and Abraham?
Yeah, I know. I guess my dad should have married a Jew.
What?
You know, then my name could have actually been Abraham Lincoln. That would have been a real conversation starter.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of Abraham Lincoln, are you any kin to him? Because Lincoln, that's an unusual name.
Yes, actually.
So your family's from the north. You don't sound like you're from the north.
Yes and no. You see, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was Abraham's first cousin, twice removed, then replaced. So yes, we are kin.
Really?
But then removed once more because my I can't remember, grandfather was a rebel. Literally, he fought with the rebels.
Okay, that's quite a story, but it seems like everyone in the South has a story, so. All right, people, Mr. Lincoln is going to be finishing his funeral for Mr. Fortenberry.
I am.
Well, I don't see a preacher. Seems that he didn't prearrange that, so looks like you're on.
I'm sure that Mr. Fortenberry lived a good life. I mean, maybe after realizing that working 18 hours a day wasn't such a good idea, but of course that realization seemed to come up a little too late, given that it would appear, due to his family showing up today, that he clearly neglected them, and eventually they all ceased communication. Apparently, since the funeral home employees tried to reach out to them, but we're told that Mr. Fortenberry could enter eternity without any of them showing up. Much like Mr. Fortenberry didn't show up for t-ball games or for school plays. Thank you for coming.
That was very interesting. I guess we now know why none of his family showed up today. Can I say something?
Of course, by all means.
Sometimes people make mistakes, but then they redeem themselves. None of us here in Bonifay knew Mr. Fortenberry as a younger man, but I can say that the important Fortenberry I knew was a fine man. He always gave when he didn't ask for it, whether it was for the Fireside Girls fundraisers, money for a new volunteer fire truck, or paying my tuition that first semester, because he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. The important Fortenberry I knew was a fine man. And I don't know why none of his family showed up today, but I wish I could tell them that he was a great man. And as far as I'm concerned, he'll be missed. May you rest in peace.
Amen.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
hello, Mother.
Hello, Jackson. Are you done with that bona fide business?
If you mean the business with Dad, then yes, you'll be happy to know he's dead and buried.
Excellent. Now, have you presented the new leases to the tenants of the strip mall?
Not yet, about that.
About what?
The strip mall.
Yes.
I think we might need to reconsider.
Reconsider? Did your father reconsider before he ran out on us?
Well, I mean, I was in college at the time.
I don't care! He ran off to some hick town in the wilds of Mississippi and left us.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually kind of nice here.
Have you gone mad?
Possibly. You're right. What am I thinking?
Remember, you were there to double the rent money that Horton was collecting or tear that strip mall down. We are better than that man. I want no reminders of him in Alabama, in Atlanta, or Bonifay, Mississippi, or anywhere else.
You know, a week ago, I was all for this. We were at Applebee's, toasting Dad's demise, and we were pissed off at the things that remind us of the past. We were threatening to burn it all down, but
what?
the strip mall is the last asset he had. He left it to us, yes? Maybe he was trying to make amends with his final wishes.
Yes, he left that piece of podunk real estate to us, and I vowed if I could double the profit, I would tear it down because
you're
I'm
a
a better
better
business person than you
he
would ever
ever
be. I was tossed aside like a used piece of plastic cutlery. He just stood up and looked me in the eye and announced that he was leaving. And I said, "What will become of you, Horton? I'm the business mind of this family." And he just looked at me and said, "Frankly, Bella Lee, I don't give a damn." And he just left. If it wasn't for Bella Lee's skincare, I would probably be in the poorhouse. When he said he was leaving, instead of grieving and disbelieving, I was bent on succeeding. Anyway, I do cheat. My days of mopping and sweeping, PTA meetings and junior leaguing. I wanted something more intriguing. Horton knew I said yes, despite his largeness. Bella Lee gave me the secret of his success, and I loved him more or less. Bella Lee, Bella Lee, Bella Lee. Behind that successful man was me, and on and under and all around. Not worth the alimony, not worth the alimony. It was time for me to dream, anti-aging creams, uniforms, pipe dreams, and pyramid schemes. I created Bella Lee, modeled after me. A very good thing, just curdled sour cream. More money would be mine when they signed a dotted line. It's only fair 9 out of $10 is mine. Bella Lee, Bella Lee, Bella Lee. Behind that successful man was me, and on and under and all around. Not worth the alimony, not worth the alimony. I got out of Alabama, moved on to Atlanta, became a skincare priestess with a lot of secrets, rebuilding a docudrama, but I didn't give a damn. Bella Lee, Bella Lee, Bella Lee. Behind that successful man was me, and on and under and all around. Not worth the alimony, not worth the alimony, not worth the alimony. Get double the rent money or tear that place down. No reminders.
hadn't ruled out Gladys Elkins yet as the person who inherited the strip mall. It's not like a woman can't raise the rent. Besides, maybe she got sick and tired of living on a piano teacher's salary and decided she wanted to live a little, especially after that close call with death the other night.
That's a good point. The woman clearly had a side to her that none of us knew about. Till after that unfortunate midnight rendezvous with Mr. Fortenberry.
Any woman who would risk life and limb to have a relationship with Horton Fortenberry wouldn't think twice about visiting her attorney to raise the rent on her new properties.
Rusty, didn't you say you had an appointment with Gladys Elkins tomorrow? Oh, and by the way, that adjustment you gave me this morning was wonderful. I'm limber as a noodle.
Lord knows Amber needs to stay flexible and in top form.
You know, I heard that, Anna Grace.
I'm meant for you too.
At least some of us can get a date.
Amber, Anna Grace can get a date. She just doesn't want one. She's too focused on school.
Now, Candy, let's not be hasty. I am focused on school, but maybe a date every now and then would be nice. I just don't necessarily want to make an Olympic sport out of it, like some folks.
Haven't you ever heard you've got to kiss a couple frogs to find your prince, Anna Grace?
Oh yeah, but I think the princesses usually stop the process after just a kiss.
Ladies, Russ, are you going to see Gladys Elkins in your office today?
I don't know what part of patient privacy you all don't understand. I could lose my chiropractic license.
Let me phrase this another way. Without naming any names, are you going to see an older woman today in your office who also happens to teach piano?
You know, I think technically that violates the HIPAA law, since by deduction we all know who the old piano teacher is in town.
I haven't said a word.
Russ, do you think you can get any information out of
it? I got this. All right.
Ah, Miss Uplands, I'm so glad you have arrived. We were all relieved to hear that you actually survived your unfortunate event with a rather large jet. Ah, Miss Elkins, didn't know you were so close to Mr. Fortenberry. God rest his soul.
Just lie back on the table. Go ahead, rest and relax, and tell me what you're able. Because if rock this joint, you know you can't speak freely. And rock this joint, I can cure building deficiencies. And rock this joint, I can cure your self-fixation caused by late life rotation, or a full-blown encounter with a strapping over pounder. I'm glad to see you working very well. Sometimes I invite him over just to sit a spell. We sit back and talk shop in this little whistle stop. I'm glad to see you working very well. Now you knew him in the biblical sense, but do tell. Did he ever talk religion about politics, his straight ball? Maybe just a smidgen, because it rocked this joint. You know you can't speak freely. I rock this joint. I cure building deficiencies. It rock this joint. I can cure your subluxation caused by late in life flirtation, or a full-blown encounter with a strapping over pounder. I'm a master of biokinetics, but some things can't be cured. It's just your genetics. But if you've been injured by your elderly lust, I can fix you right up with my dynamic rust. Because it rocks this joint, you know you can't speak freely. Rock this joint, I cure very disease. Rock this joint, I can cure your self-fixation by later life rotations, or a full encounter with a strapping over powder. Rock this joint, you know you can't speak freely. Rock this joint, I cure very deficiencies. Rock this joint, I can cure this self-fixation by later life rotations, or
Doctor, will you struggle